This is Richard with BWE Firearms, and this is a video that I had previously released on my channel on YouTube, and it's done very well for me, and I'm putting it up on Matt's channel, CRS Firearms, to keep him going while he is out of the game for a while, since all this crap went down with him. So I hope you enjoy the video, and go support Matt, like his page, or like his YouTube channel, like the video, subscribe to him. We've got a GoFundMe going for him, or I don't, but they have a GoFundMe going for him. We need to support him because this crap the government is pulling goes a lot further than just the firearms community. So we need to support Matt all we can. Whatever you can do, do. You have a nice day. Bye. This is Richard with BWE Firearms, and today we are going to look at and talk about the M1 and M1A1 Thompsons. This is an M1 Thompson. It has the protected sight. Takes stick magazines only. The M1s and M1As are not cut for the drum like the 1928s are. To take the magazine out, you simply push up on the mag catch and the mag comes out. They are, slings get in the way like everything. They are an open bolt submachine gun in 45 ACP, made by the U.S. Auto Ordnance, Colt, Savage made them. There was a bunch of different manufacturers, but these were used in World War II. Unlike the 28, the M1 does not have a finned barrel. Does not have the nice Lyman sights. It's got this, which is just a sheet metal peep. As I said, this gun is an M1. At some point, and I don't know if it's when they switched to the M1A or later, they switched from this style sight to this style sight. So it's basically the same sight here. It just doesn't have the protection wings on it. Let's start taking it apart. They're pretty easy to take apart. One, you want to make sure it's unloaded. It's unloaded. Let the bolt go forward. Flip it upside down. There is a little button here. And you push down that button, and the stock will start sliding back. It slides back a little bit, and then it stops because it catches the bolt. So slide it back enough, pull the trigger, pull the trigger to clear everything, and the lower comes off. Then you have the bolt. The M1s and the M1As are straight blowback, unlike the 28s, which are delayed blowback. They have the blish lock system in here. To take this apart, this little button in the back, push the button forward a little bit. And if you don't have neuropathy and your fingers work...
Want me to do it?
I got it.
Okay.
Now I just got to get this spring out of here. You take that buffer piece out, which captures the spring, and it just goes like that. Some of these, the nice ones, have holes in them, and you can take that spring and compress it and then put a paper clip or something in the hole, so you don't have to fight with the spring. Once you've got it to that point, you move the bolt back to this position, and you got to push. This is an M1 bolt, and it has a hammer on it. So you got to push the hammer in because the hammer will ride in this little notch. You take the bolt handle out, slide the bolt back, and the entire bolt comes out. And that's field strip. That's all you got to do. Now, as I said, this is an M1 bolt. It has, and you can see through, can you see through the hole?
Yes.
Right there. You can see that hammer there. This little hammer hits this surface when it closes. That forces the firing pin out to fire the cartridge. That is so you don't get out of battery rounds. Later on, the M1A1, they changed to a fixed firing pin. There's no hammer on this. It's just a fixed firing pin. Because of the difference in weight, I believe. I mean, there's not much difference in weight. The M1A1 without the hammer shoots at a slower rate of fire by 50 rounds a minute or something. So that's the difference between an M1 and an M1A1 bolt. The A1s are not necessarily a better gun, they are a cheaper gun. Other differences between the two models, and I don't know when they switched. Whether it was when they switched to the A1 or whether they switched before or after a time. But these selectors, they're not checkered, but they're a nice rounded shape. They're pretty. Like the 28s. The M1A1, at least this M1A1, just has these little rods drilled into it, punched in. So they're kind of crappy looking. They don't look as nice. Can you see that fairly well?
Yes.
But those are the differences in the M1A1 and the M1. What else about the Thompson? That is it. That's kind of it in a nutshell. I will do another video where I will tear a lower down and show all the parts in the lower, because this is a customer gun. I'm not going to tear his gun apart. I'll tear my ugly gun, my M1A1 apart. But the bolt drops in, line the hole up, or the holes, squeeze the hammer, and you got to kind of wiggle it around a little bit. There it goes. Till the handle goes in. Shut that. Slip your spring in.
Want me to put the thing that you said was pain with your neuropathy in?
Yeah, let me get this spring. These springs are a wicked pain in the ass to get in. Because what happens when you're trying to get it in is, let me move this back, it wants to do that and go wing, wing, wing. So you got to kind of guide it till you get it in like that. And then Nick can just drop that piece in there and let go of the spring, and it's good to go. Then you just take the lower and make sure your sling is not all twisted up, because then it looks stupid.
Yes.
And you drop. Trying to get the sling out of the way so you can see. This ledge here goes just behind that ledge. Set it down, push it down, slide it forward. And this little pin, I should have showed you that before. This is that little pin that locks it together. So like that.
Put the mag in.
Put the mag in.
And it's done.
And we're done. That is the M1 and the M1A1 Thompson. Some were blued, some were Parkerized. But the M1 and the M1A1 Thompson submachine gun. You have a nice day. Bye. This is Richard with BWE Firearms, and I hope you like and enjoyed this video and learned something along the way. With this year, 2021, with me getting stage 4 colon cancer, diabetes, and neuropathy in my hands and feet, it's getting harder and harder to work. And I have come to realize my own mortality. Because of that, I realized that if I don't get this information out of my head and into videos or into other people's heads, I will take it to the grave with me, and that does nobody any good at all. If you would, please like, share, subscribe, and comment to the video. It helps me with the algorithms. And if you would like to support my efforts in doing these videos, please go to my website, bwefirearms.com, and in my shopping cart, I have an item in there where you can donate money to my efforts. And 97% of the money will go directly to me doing these videos. 3%, of course, will go to the credit card company. I will, take $1. I will take $1,000. Whatever you feel like donating, I would greatly appreciate it, and it will help me get this stuff done. You have a nice day, and we will see you in the next video.